And so we come to the Cup final. The Cayman Islands came into the tournament as the dark horse. They are in the final for the first time against the perennial champions Guyana, winners of the last 5 Nacra sevens. 10 minutes each way. Big match for both teams. The winner gets to go to the Hong Kong Sevens on the HSBC Sevens World Series. The end of March 2012. Caymans have gone back to their colours of red and white.
Check that it's plugged in, and if not, we'll turn it off.
Doesn't help with the numbers, but we won't let that affect their appearance in the final. Guyana in the green, just out of shot.
Perfect.
All we seem to be waiting for is a referee.
Perfect. Thank you, baby.
We have 2 assistant referees. Hayley Slaughter making her way across the pitch. Mike Kelly on this side.
Scott, the game is supposed to start at 5:50.
Not often you see 2 teams of players waiting for a referee. So they decide to come back into a huddle. Match number 36 on day 2. Quick recap of how the teams got here. The Caymans on day 2 beat Trinidad and Tobago 10-7. Then Jamaica 12-0. Guyana straightforward in the quarterfinals over Martinique 21-7. And then too good for Mexico also 17-5. It's Dow Travers, the ginger hair in the background. Simon Crompton with the ball. Played for England at age grade level, under 18s. He'll be the little tactician on the field. They have some size, the 2 Clark brothers. One on the forwards, one on the backs. Keswick right on the right. And the dark skin, shading his eyes as he looks to see what's happening on the sideline. Now we look to the spectators on the far side. Another shot of the Caymans. Crompton still encouraging his team in the middle of the huddle. Some loud cheering coming from the Guyanese women's team and their supporters. Not entirely sure what the hold-up is. Now the Guyanese going to take on some more water. Mid-20s in the temperature department this afternoon. No rain has arrived, and this last game of the day means we'll get through unscathed. There's the Guyanese team. A lot of their play will revolve around Ryan Gonzalez, the captain. Theodore Henry, number 5 with the dreadlocks. Kevin McKenzie, a key player as well. I think we're set to go. Referee Pablo Septien from Mexico is in position. Crompton has the ball for the kickoff. Two 10-minute spells for the cup final, which is kicking off at 4:45 local time in Barbados, Sunday afternoon. And the thumbs up from referee Pablo Septien as he looks into the setting sun. Crompton gets us underway. Men's Cup final. Cayman Islands against Guyana. Guyana with the first touch. On the outside is Hamilton. He can move. Peebo Hamilton. Defence will have to shut him down very quickly. Gets back to the halfway line. Gonzalez tries to get through. Coming in to join is Richard Staglon. That's McKenzie. Mayers, also a key player. Henry charging on the outside. Mayers might race away. Down the touchline, Ronald Mayers. First try of the day. Guyana off to the best possible start. Ronald Mayers with the white boots. Got the ball on the outside from Theodore Henry. And he raced down the left-hand flank. To score the first try, he'll attempt to convert from 2 metres in from touch. As we watch through the lens, the blue sky in behind Ronald Mayers, the conversion is unsuccessful though. 5-0 to Guyana, the defending champions. Just a minute gone in this cup final for 2011. McKenzie to kick out. There's a shocker. It's touched by Henry, meaning the Caymans don't get a chance to play with it. So now they have the ball for the first time. Wilson on the big charge. Clark joins in the ruck. Travers. Henry hangs on to him. And Cayman slow to get to their own ruck. They concede the penalty. Good work from Gonzalez. They go to the right. Well, the ball's been knocked forward. Opportunity for Caymans, perhaps. No advantage given. And the red sleeves, under sleeves of Claudius Butts on the far side, not able to hold the ball. Goes into the fly half position. The referee wanting to get things established in the very first scrum of this cup final. Doesn't go down cleanly. Referee Pablo Septien from Mexico City. One of the more experienced referees here at the tournament. Crompton to feed. It's back quickly. This is Clark. Joel Clark, one of the two brothers in the team. Travers tries to go in and get the ball, but it's gone forward. Off Guyana. 10-metre line, Guyanese territory. 5-0 to the men in green. 4 minutes gone in this first half of 10 in the cup final. Scrum again for the Cayman Islands. It's come out the same channel, which means a reset is called under the laws of the game. The referee will bring the scrum just a little bit towards this broadcast side of the field. Find some better turf. Once again, it's loose from the Cayman scrum. Crompton picks it up and recovers. As forwards get behind him, but it's a turnover. Dangerous time now as McKenzie gets his hands on it. Kevin McKenzie racing away. Beats the first tackle. McKenzie charging for the try line. Wilson makes the dive. Kevin McKenzie scores from the Cayman era. You don't want to give this man any space at all. And somewhat against the run of play, Kevin McKenzie has doubled the score for Guyana. The scrum mistake led to the turnover by the Caymans. And suddenly they find themselves 10-0 down. Try to Kevin McKenzie for Guyana. Mayers will attempt the conversion. Looks a bit more on target. Ronald Mayers, it is on target. So 12-0. 5 minutes gone in this first half of the Cup final. Guyana supporters and women's team getting very excited on the touchline as McKenzie, the try scorer, kicks out. It's in the hands of Wilson. He's been strong early on, but then it's gone loose again, and Guyana will pick up. They'll go to the line. Ryan Gonzalez, the captain. Another error from the Caymans. That's a costly one on the kickoff. And even though we've only had 6 minutes in this final, the writing is on the wall for the Cayman Islands. Ryan Gonzalez pounced on the loose ball as the Caymans tried to run it out from inside their 22 from the kickoff. Henry is trying to attempt to convert from far out. And he's unsuccessful, but it's 17 points to 0. Very handy lead opening up in the first 7 minutes of this Cup final. So 3 tries to 0. The Caymans' mistakes proving very costly. McKenzie will try and get the ball back in the green team's hands. The ruck is good for the Caymans. Ball's cleared not particularly well. Now Wright, what can he do? In the mud, beats the first man, throws it over the head of Clark, and the referee says no advantage. From a penalty, slapped down by the Guyanese players. Crompton takes it. Wilson just manages to hang on. Crunches up towards the 10-metre line. Again, it's kicked through by Guyana. Travers hit hard in a big tackle. They're forced backwards, the men in red. They have very few backs out there. Here's Clark. The defence is everywhere. Theo Henry throws Clark into a puddle and concedes a penalty. Playing the ball on the ground in the ruck. Still the Caymans have possession but no territory. Keswick Wright tries to kick it out. It's gone now in the hands of Gonzalez. 1 try already. This is Hamilton, one of the speedsters. Peebo Hamilton from the halfway line. Around his man but in touch. Clark doesn't see the flag up. Now he does. There's a good crowd of players and spectators. Rings the number 1 field at the Garrison Savannah. Approaching 5 o'clock in the afternoon, evening. Sunday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. The DHL Nacra 7 streamed live. Wherever you are watching, whatever time of the day, we hope you're like the Sevens on show. The players have put a very good effort in the conditions. Here they go again, Guyana. Racing away as Staglon. Missed the tackle. Staglon close to the line. Not there yet as Gonzalez goes in for scrum half. 3 Guyanese lined out to the right. Good counter ruck from the Caymans. The Caymans will turn that one over. So good defence as Richard Staglon beat the first tackle, but was dragged down soon after. The referee says that is half time. In the cup final, we've seen 3 tries to Guyana in the first half. Ronald Myers, Kevin McKenzie, and the captain Ryan Gonzalez at half-time in the DHL Nacra Sevens Cup final. It's Guyana 17, Cayman Islands 0.
Half-time score, Guyana 17, Cayman no score.
Welcome back to the second half of the DHL Nacra Sevens Cup final. Guyana turn with the wind behind them. And a healthy 17-0 lead, the defending champions. Cayman Islands tried to make the early play, but conceded tries from their errors. A couple of scrum errors, dropped ball. And 3 tries will be a difficult but not impossible position to come back from if the Caymans are to win their first Caribbean, North American and Caribbean Championship. McKenzie focused hard on the kickoff, scored one of the tries himself. Now kicks it into touch from the kickoff. A trip to the Hong Kong Sevens at stake for the winner of this match. And a line out to take place. About 15 metres out from the Cayman Islands line. Blue sky in the background. Guyana win the line out. It's in the hands of Butts. Ball's at the feet of McKenzie. Probably knocked on. Chance for Travers to kick through. He slides onto it. Great ball control, Dow Travers. They get to the halfway line.
Let's use this game, man. Come on.
This is Clark. Josh Clark. His brother Joel goes in to make the tackle, but the ball's already gone forward. Lots of applause from the bench, though, from the Cayman Islands. It's an encouraging sign. And Travers coming off as we watch the Guyanese players. Travers coming off just to get some water out into the eye and mud out of it. So the scrum to be set just inside Guyana's half. Referee Pablo Septien calls the packs together. 17-0, Guyana leading, 3 tries to 0. 2 minutes gone in this second period. Butts off to the short side. Claudius Butts, oh, there's no one in front of him. The Guyanese players can't believe it. Claudius Butts can't believe it. Runs the 55 metres to the try line. The defensive systems of the Cayman Islands found wanting. Claudius Butts saw the gap on the blind side. And he raced away for the 4th try. 22-0 becomes 24-0 as the conversion is made by Theo Henry. And a real mountain to climb now for the Cayman Islands. Claudius Butts with the 4th try of the afternoon. And this is turning into a bit of a one-sided final, which pleases a number of the fans from Guyana. The women's team who won the plate. The men look as though they're going to win the cup. Here they go again with the ball. The wide pass goes out to McKenzie. Gets it out of the sunshine, bursts through a couple of tackles. He's at the 22, Kevin McKenzie. Henry on the right. Shows a dummy. McKenzie. Well out to the left. Hamilton just needs to pin his ears back and go for the corner. It's a consultation. Not much is needed as Septien awards the try. And Peebo Hamilton. Delightful run in the corner, which was set up by his insides, including Theo Henry and Kevin McKenzie. Hamilton the try in the corner, 29-0, and that will be the match for Guyana. Still 6 minutes to play, but no chance for the Cayman Islands to come back from there. Now that Guyana have their tails up, the conversion is no good. And so the dynasty continues. Guyana, they beat Jamaica 22-17 last year in a close one. This year it's one-way traffic. McKenzie once again. Walter George, number 12, comes on. So Theo Henry, this very, well, loudmouth, you could call him. Takes himself off the pitch. And Guyana make an error, which is unusual for them. Now their free kick has been turned into a penalty. What can Crompton do? What can Clark do? Crompton back on the inside. The ball's gone loose for the umpteenth time this afternoon from the Caymans. They'll have the ball under their control though, as it goes into touch on the far side. So the Caymans not going to give up as they get on to attack. And there's a hold up and play. I think Richard Staglin is down. No, he's up and okay. Another player in behind. We can't see as we get a shot of Valon Adams looking to come on. Also Troy Bascom. But for now, we have Ronald Mayers feeding the line out. The 22, far side. Throws it short and gets it back fortuitously. Splashes down in a puddle on the 22. And the flag is up, the referee's arm is up. Here goes Staglon. Makes a good break up to the halfway line. Ball's in touch again, so they're trying to, certainly hugging that touch line as Guyana try and get themselves out from the defensive situation. Players coming on for both teams. Douglas Anderson in the headgear for Dow Travers. And Kevin McKenzie coming off for Guyana. Scored a try. The other man taking to the sideline is Richard Staglin. Troy Bascom and Valon Adams going on for the men in green. They have a free kick on the halfway line. 29-0 they lead in the cup final, the DHL Nacra Sevens. Anderson getting into the play early on. Now it's Crompton. He's dragged from by Butts from the ruck. Comes out. The hands of Wilson. Clark can't control it. Advantage being played to the Cayman Islands. No advantage by Pablo Septien. We've had 8 minutes of running time. There might be some stoppage time to be added. And no change to this commanding lead for Guyana. Tall figure of Valen Adams on the tight head side. Packing in against substitute Douglas Anderson. Crompton feeds the scrum. This time it's better control. Wilson, the loop around goes astray. Guyana have an advantage which doesn't come to anything as there's a double knock on. So good attacking position as referee takes them out of the mud. And Mayos has showed good control in that scrum half position. McKenzie was strong. Hamilton, always dangerous when he got the ball. Claudius Butts has also been a rock in midfield. Here goes Hamilton, that danger again. Bascom slips over. Picked up on the run around by Hamilton. 2 men come in for the Caymans. Now there's an opportunity. Kick and chase to no avail. Adams recovers for Guyana. And now Mayer's a scrum half. They could turn this into something, Guyana. Players appearing from everywhere. It's Walter George. As they go into the ruck, long passage of play in the context of this final. And now the Caymans are penalised for not rolling away. Peebo Hamilton. Offloads to the left. Walter George. Mayers. Butts on the inside. That's gone loose. No advantage to the Cayman Islands, and just heads dropping ever so slightly now from the first time finalists. Guyana will take their place in the Hong Kong Sevens now for 2012. Recently they were at the Pan Am Games where they finished 8th. The Commonwealth Games a year ago in India. And they didn't perform very well at all. And now they reclaim their Caribbean supremacy. Time just about up in the Cup final. The DHL Nacra Sevens. Guyana 29-0 ahead. Can the Caymans pick up a consolation? Or will Guyana keep a clean sheet? If not a clean uniform, a clean sheet for their work this afternoon. Wins over Martinique and Mexico on the way to the title. They'll get one last shot at it. No, the pass goes out. And time is called at the DHL Nacra Sevens for 2011. The Guyanese flag is brought out onto the field by Richard Staglon. A very convincing win for Guyana, 29 points to 0. They scored tries in the first half to Mayers, McKenzie and Gonzalez. Claudius Butts got them on the board again in the second half at 24-0. And finally, Peebo Hamilton raced away in the corner to score the 5th and final try. Cayman Islands unable to cross the line. So, once again, the DHL Nacra Sevens champions for 2011. In the middle of your shot, Guyana. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the DHL Nacra Sevens streamed live around the world. Thanks to all the officials. Thanks to the production crew, the cameramen, all those who've helped with this broadcast. Until next time, from the DHL Nacra Sevens in Barbados, this is Nick Jordan.